not like there's a compliment is like you're at a coffee shop. A compliment is something like you're at a coffee shop and you're like someone standing next to you in line is like, oh, the print on your shirt is really cool, or like, you know, you have really nice hair. I like it, but you're already engaging with them in some way. Like you're.
How can you explain how? Because if someone never engaged with you, how would you ever meet new people?
Okay, so like one of my answers, and I was really young at the time. A guy in a car, like, while I was in 7th grade, said like sexy little thing, and like it's just like when you get catcalled, there's like a very obvious difference where like you immediately are like scared that something's gonna happen, and B, like it just like makes you feel really gross. Like it's not ever like a compliment. Like when someone compliments you, it's like a positive reaction, but when there's a catcall, it's definitely like more like creepy.
So can you give me an example of a catcall and an example of a compliment?
A catcall a lot of the time happens when like someone's like driving by you or like really big and they're like not expecting a response.
How do they say it? What do they say?
A catcall would be definitely more like sexualized.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, like more about like that versus like a compliment. A lot of the times is like, again, like she said, like I like your hair, or like something that's not aggressive and definitely like not in like a sexual way.
I feel like someone can say something, no matter what they say, they can sexualize it. Like, I like your feet. Oh, I like your feet.
That actually happened to me. Oh my god, that was so creepy.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it's also just like it depends so much on like the physical situation you're in. Like someone saying, "Hey, beautiful, have a nice night," feels very different when you're walking home alone at night and someone sitting on their stoop says it to you, and as opposed to just like, "Hi, have a nice day," when it's like there's lots of people, like it feels different when it's someone just like inserting themselves into your life in a situation where you're like already by yourself.
Is there a difference if you're attracted to that person also?
No.
No, not a, yeah, it's a completely, it's so hard to explain because women know, like someone says something and it's a catcall, like you know it is.
Give me an example of a catcall. Hey, hold the mic closer to her and give me an example.
I can't, like, it's normally really mundane things, like I mean, sometimes it's more not as, sometimes it's a lot clearer, like a lot of like, "Oh, hey, sexy mama, how you doing?" Like, no, like on the one hand, like it's not, that's not what I want to be hearing from someone who lives 3 houses down from me, you know, or like anywhere, but it makes.
So how does someone approach you? If, I mean, let's say you were single and they wanted to approach you. How can they approach you without you feeling uncomfortable?
I think again, like a good rule of thumb is like if you would feel uncomfortable saying that to a kid, like a 12-year-old, like don't say it.
I think I would feel uncomfortable telling a 12-year-old that they were beautiful.
Yeah, but beautiful, unless like you're already engaged in a conversation, can be super creepy.
And it's even different, like, I mean, and it's not to say that it's always welcome or wanted, but like there's a difference between like, you know, you're at a bar with people and someone comes up to you and is like, "I think you're really beautiful, can I buy you a drink?" And then also being okay if someone responds with, "No, thank you, I'm all set right now." Like, that's one thing, but like someone saying, "Hey, beautiful," down to you on the street while you're walking past, like, is less of a, like, I'm doing something, I'm on my way somewhere, I don't ever want strangers interacting with me like that.
So I guess my last question would be this. When you get dressed, I don't know if you wear makeup or if not, I don't know, but when you're doing what you do you not do that to be noticed?
Do you want to?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I do it to be noticed, but it's also more of a, like, it's no, but it's first and foremost like that's how I like to get ready for me in the morning. Like, it's not sure, I like to be noticed, but it's much more of a like, meaning like I want to feel good today, and it's
So
not
it's
it's not always for other people, and like sometimes it's for other people, but there's normally like a someone in mind, or like, you know,
So how do you meet new people? Because I mean, if we go with what you're saying, you can't meet a new person because any stranger that approaches you, you're looking at them like it's crazy.
There are strangers who approach you, and regardless of gender or how attractive they are, and then they say something and it's like a nice compliment. Like I've had people tell me they like my hair, and I'm like, okay, like you like my hair, that's a really nice compliment, like that's nice. And even if I was like engaging with someone and it was like the right context, like saying like I think you're really pretty or I think you're really beautiful is still like really nice. I think as like an introduction, unless you're in a situation where like you're like out drinking or something, like when that's like what's going on.
So I guess when should you never approach a person? Because it seems like they're basing it on like where you're at.
Yeah,
I just want to add on to that I don't like, and I know this is totally not true of everyone, but like I rarely like the first, if someone is like interested in me, I rarely want the first thing out of their mouth to be something about my physical appearance. I would much rather have.
Is that unfair? Because let's say I didn't know you. The first thing that I see is your physical appearance. So
yeah,
that's
but
what
like if like you ran into me at a bar and you wanted to sit, be like, you ask what I'm drinking, what do you like? How's your night going?
So you want them to lie?
I would much rather have, and then it can be like maybe I think you're really beautiful. Can I buy you a drink? But I would much rather not. When the first thing out of someone's mouth to me is something about my appearance.
But isn't that the first thing that made them attracted to you?
Maybe it doesn't need to be the first thing out of someone's
So
mouth.
even though that's you shouldn't say it.
it really depends on the context.
It's so nuanced, and it's never going to be an across the board. It's never going to be a like across the board.
I think
There's not one answer.
a lot of the thing to like understand though too is like there are a lot of really creepy people, and I think a lot of like even like young girls have like really bad experiences with like guys who have been super creepy to them, and so like even if you're not
Very,
creepy,
very young.
yeah, like it starts really young, and it's like, and it's concerning especially if you're a kid who looks older. And so I think a big part of it is that my first instinct when someone comes up to me and says something like that is like, this is going to be a bad experience, because I have had those experiences. So it's important to remember, like even if you're like really well intentioned, like my first thought is like, oh no.
Yeah.
So where's a place where you can engage? Because I mean, of course,
A place you can.
Yeah, a place you can engage. Like, cause sometimes you may go to a place for someone to engage. No.
Yeah.
I mean, but like you're at a bar and you're generally with friends, or you're at a concert where like a concert's a good place because it's people are there to see the same, that's already a common interest. There's some level of like general basic understanding of like we're both in this place at the same time, as opposed to a total stranger on the street coming up to you, or like there's some common level of thing to go off of. But I think it's a really good point that like we experience that from a really young age, and like even if someone is really polite, like if someone comes up to me in a bar, my first thought is whether or not I'm interested in them or not. Like sometimes it is someone who's really attractive and I'm like, ooh, yes, like this is gonna work out. Still, my first thought is if I want to get out of this, is he gonna leave me alone? Like that's my very first, even if it's like a back of my head thing of like, oh, if I don't like the direction this turns, if I say no, is he gonna leave me alone, or is he gonna keep trying to talk to me?
Do you ever approach someone yourself?
Yeah.